Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how I do my eyebrows. It's going to be a very detailed, explanatory tutorial video, kind of what I did with my skeleton look. I really enjoyed doing the makeup videos like that, so I think I'm gonna keep that up for the time being. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. I don't want to make this intro too long because there's no reason for that. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay, so eyebrows. Like I already said, the question I get asked the most by far is how I do my eyebrows. Which I understand because it's been years and years of struggle and practice to be able to do my own eyebrows. I hope you guys can see well what it is that I am doing exactly. So the first thing I do is I take a razor like this and I take away the little new growth and clean it up. I need 2 hands for this. Clean it up in the shape that I want. So what you want to do is you want to pull the skin around your eyebrow tight. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. Jesus, my skin looks like a mess. So I'm just shaping them up. Obviously, I don't do this every day. I just do this every few days whenever I feel like it's necessary. And then I also have an eyebrow slit on this side. Just putting a lot of pressure, but very slow and controlled movements. I clean up that slit as well. Want to be very careful. If you do have or want an eyebrow slit, you want to be careful. Because if you take off too much, it'll look weird and there's no such thing as going back. Okay, now I want to shape up that tail a little bit more. And we're done with the shaping. Now you want to grab a spoolie brush and just what I do is I brush them up. Now I have an okay amount of eyebrow hair, but they're not very thick. So yeah, so what I do is I grab a cotton pad like this. Why is it so full here? Okay, and a angled brush like so. And I use the Sigma Define Plus Pose brow pomade in the color dark. I like using pomades because they give me a lot of wiggle room as to whether I want my eyebrows very defined or very natural. It works both ways pretty much. So what I do, because the amount of product on your brush and the pressure you put on the brush while applying the product is key. Those are the two most important things. So what I do is I take it like this and I just wiggle back and forth. And that's about it. So then I want to start a little, this is like where I want my eyebrow to start, right? So I'm going to start right here and just flick upwards. You want to do this very gently. I'm holding the brush at the end. So if you have a problem with controlling the amount of pressure you put on your brush, That's a good tip I would give you. Hold it at the end very loosely. As you can see, I'm holding it very loosely so you won't put too much pressure. I'm just kind of following the way the hairs naturally go and filling that in. Because I have curly hair. My hair is straightened right now, but I have naturally curly hair. So also my eyebrows tend to get a little crazy and curly. So my first priority is coating the hairs of my eyebrow so I can control them. Then with the slit, what I do is I put a little bit more pressure and I move it down. I make this motion. So you go like this and then a movement down and then fill that in further. When I am at this point, I will take a little bit more product. Sorry about that. And define that line right there. And just take it like this and drag it. Now I'm fully aware that the way I do my eyebrows will not work for everyone. So the biggest tip I can give is just, this is gonna sound really weird, but study your eyebrows, because that's what I did. Really study the way the hairs go. What are your problem areas? What makes it so difficult for you to be able to get your brows to do what you want? And then for the tail, just go straight down. And then here at the arch, and I kind of make this shape. This is the outline I work with when my eyebrows are like this. But if you followed me a while, you know that if there's one thing that changes a lot in my appearance, it's my eyebrows. And just put light pressure, short drags, and you just fill that in. Your focus here is to not go outside the outline you've created and to not make your tail too long. Okay, now the second part of my eyebrow beyond the slit is almost finished. Take a little bit more product and really perfect that. Okay, that's what we want. Now we're going to do the outline of the other part and make sure that the two line up nicely. So as you can see, the slit became a little undefined. I have one brush that I always use for my cut creases and to apply concealer. That's the only thing I use this brush for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in between light strokes to clean up that slit, and then I also go around it right there. And you want to keep this, I want to keep this very light, blended out, you know, because the only definition I care about is the definition right at the slit. So now I'm going to finish off what we were doing earlier before I fucked up. And that's this part right here, which is the part right before the slit. And that's it. That is the base of our eyebrow. We got the base of our eyebrow now. Now, for the beginning, you turn, so how I explain it. Okay, so you turn the brush vertically, and because it's an angled brush, you want this part, so it angles like this. You want the point to be down and the slanted part to be up. So you want to hold it like that, and then you flick. I have no better way of explaining this. So this is the motion that you do, and you want to do that very sparsely so that you get a nice kind of blended eyebrow. And then I turn it like so and make sure that there's a nice transition into the rest of the brow. You could also do this with a Q-tip, cleaning up, and then just kind of go back and forth to define it. What I do, I put it on the cotton pad, squeeze it, and then, because then you get a very sharp surface, very sharp brush. And I put a little bit more product on it. Take it up very light pressure when you apply the product, and then it's gonna do this like this. Again, very light pressure, and we're done. And that is what the eyebrow looks like. This might be too bold and too heavy for some people, but this is how I like to do it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do the other brow, which is a little different, of course, because that one doesn't have a slit anymore in it because I grew it out. It used to have a slit right here, but I grew it out. I know I didn't like it as much anymore. So just to make sure that you guys got it, just to repeat the whole process again, we're gonna do the exact same thing we've done before, but of course now we have a whole eyebrow to work with and we don't have a slit to worry about. Now I can very easily show you guys what my brows look like on a more natural day. Today I'm keeping them very strong, like you can see on this side. So what it looks like on a natural day is just going around the flow of the eyebrow that's already there. Very light pressure, very light short strokes. Shaping that up. And this is all I would do if I kept it more natural. So this is a very defined eyebrow look. I just explained to you guys how you can achieve that. And this is a very natural, more of a natural eyebrow look. So now I'm gonna make this as defined as the other side. And I do this very easily by knocking over my mirror first. Jesus. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to start at the end and drag that brush. Do the same at the top. You drag your brush and make sure that this is all nice and aligned. Then you go and you define the rest of the outline of the brow. The second tip I want to give you guys is let the product and the brushes work for you. So what I'm trying to say is not only study your brow, study the product that you're working with. How does your brow gel or your pomade or your pencil interact with the hairs of your brows? And really pay attention to that, because then you can play into that and that's going to make it a lot easier for you and take off like half of the work. So I'm going to make it a little darker. Fill in those gaps a little bit more. And that's that. So I really hope this explanation, this little tutorial will help you out. If you guys have any more questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. You can hit me up on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active. You can leave your comments down below. All my info will be in the description box, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you back for the next one.